Picture this, a lone cowboy riding through the vast American West, a cigarette dangling from his lips, rugged, free, untamed. This isn't just a man, it's an icon, the Marlboro Man. But how did a simple cigarette brand create one of the most powerful images in advertising history? And how did it turn Marlboro into the #1 cigarette brand in the world? Buckle up, because this story is wilder than the Wild West itself. Back in the 1950s, Marlboro wasn't the king of cigarettes. In fact, it was struggling. Marketed as a mild cigarette for women with a red-tipped filter to hide lipstick stains, Marlboro was just another brand in a crowded market. But everything changed when a Chicago ad man had a bold idea, one that would rewrite marketing history and turn Marlboro into a global giant. Let's dive into how a cowboy changed everything. In 1954, the Leo Burnett advertising agency was tasked with saving Marlboro. Cigarettes were everywhere, but smoking was starting to get a bad rap. Health concerns were creeping in, and brands needed to stand out. Leo Burnett's team had a genius idea. Ditch the lady cigarette vibe and go all in on masculinity. Enter the Marlboro Man. The concept was simple but brilliant. They'd use real, rugged men, cowboys, ranchers, even oil workers, to sell Marlboro as the cigarette for the tough, independent guy. No fancy suits or city slickers, just boots, hats, and wide-open plains. The first ads, shot by legendary photographer Norman Parkinson, showed cowboys herding cattle, lighting up a Marlboro against a backdrop of mountains and sunsets. It was raw, it was real, and it hit like a lightning bolt. Why cowboys? They were the ultimate symbol of American freedom. The Wild West wasn't just a place, it was a feeling. Strength, adventure, individuality. Marlboro tapped into that dream, and suddenly, smoking a Marlboro wasn't just smoking, it was living the cowboy life. By the 1960s, the Marlboro Man was everywhere. Billboards, magazines, even TV commercials before they were banned. The campaign worked like magic. In 1971, Marlboro overtook Winston to become the best-selling cigarette in the United States. By the 1980s, it was #1 worldwide, with a chokehold on the market. Here's a crazy stat. By 2017, Marlboro held a 38% share of the US cigarette market. That's bigger than most competitors combined. The Marlboro Man didn't just sell cigarettes, he sold a lifestyle. Men wanted to be him, women wanted to be with him. And the ads? They barely needed words, just a cowboy, a cigarette, and the open range. One of the most famous Marlboro men was Darrell Winfield, a real Wyoming rancher who starred in ads for decades. His weathered face became synonymous with the brand. But he wasn't alone. Hundreds of cowboys were photographed, each one adding to the myth. Marlboro's parent company, Philip Morris, poured millions into the campaign, and it paid off big time. But the Marlboro Man wasn't without controversy. As smoking's health risks became undeniable, the cowboy faced scrutiny. Cigarette ads were banned from TV in the US by 1971, and many countries followed with stricter rules. Worse, the Marlboro Man became a grim symbol. 4 of the men who modeled for the ads, including Wayne McLaren and David McLean, died of smoking-related diseases like lung cancer. Their stories fueled anti-smoking campaigns, turning the cowboy into a cautionary tale. Yet, Marlboro didn't back down. Even as ads were restricted, the cowboy imagery lived on in packaging, sponsorships, and global markets. In places like Asia and Latin America, where regulations were looser, the Marlboro Man kept riding strong. The brand's red and white logo and cowboy spirit became one of the most recognizable images in the world, rivaling even Coca-Cola or Nike. Here's the kicker. Even today, in 2025, Marlboro remains a titan. The cowboy is less visible due to ad bans, but the brand's identity, tough, timeless, free, is still rooted in that Wild West dream. So why was the Marlboro Man so unstoppable? It wasn't just about cigarettes. It was about storytelling. Marlboro didn't sell tobacco, they sold a fantasy. The cowboy made you feel like you could escape, be your own boss, live life on your terms. That's why the campaign is studied in marketing classes today. It's a masterclass in branding, simple, emotional, and unforgettable. The Marlboro Man also paved the way for modern lifestyle marketing. Think about it. Every time a brand sells adventure or freedom, whether it's a truck, a watch, or a soda, they're borrowing a page from Marlboro's playbook. The cowboy may be faded, but his legacy gallops on. The Marlboro Man didn't just sell cigarettes. He sold a dream that made Marlboro the king of the tobacco world. It's a story of genius marketing, cultural impact, and a touch of controversy. What do you think? Did the Marlboro Man shape how you see branding? Drop a comment below and let's talk about it. If you loved this deep dive into advertising history, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more stories about the brands that shaped our world. Until next time, keep writing your own trail.